Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for the opportunity today. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Gaza Prakasa, and I am from class of 2023. I First, I would like to sincerely thank to Mr. Dr. Nanang as the lecturer of the Research Methodology course for his guidance and support throughout the semester. So today, I'm really honored to present my research proposal with the title Role of the Digital Business Communication in Enhancing Leadership Effectiveness in SMEs. So this research explores how digital tools like WhatsApp, Zoom, or any digital communication tools, when it combined with the strong communication skills, can help SME leaders perform more effectively in the digital era. Next. So, for the background itself, digital transformation has significantly influenced the competitiveness of SMEs in Indonesia, with many businesses, both traditional and digital, adopting communication tools such as WhatsApp Business, Instagram, Zoom, and email that commonly used in the SMEs. These tools not only enhance external communication with the customer, but also reshape the internal communication between leaders and their team internally. But, however, even though in our digital world, many SME leaders lack the necessary skills to use digital media effectively, leading to miscommunication, low engagement, and reduced productivity. In the digital era, leadership effectiveness increasingly depends on the ability to communicate clearly, motivate teams, and maintain trust through digital platform. This research, we hope, I hope, aims to explore how digital business communication affects leadership effectiveness, especially when mediated by the leader communication competency. So this is what already come out with the research problem and the gap and the novelty. First, the existing studies often examine leadership and digital tools separately. Based from what I researched, the existing studies often examine leadership and digital tools separately, so it never be combined. The second, the very few explore communication competency as a mediation variable. Like I said before, the leadership and digital tools is separately. However, competency and mediating variable is never been explored before. The study aims to fill that gap by integrating the variables into one framework. What variable is the communication competency? So research question. The question from this research is first, does digital communication impact leadership effectiveness? The second one, does communication competency mediate this relationship? And the last is what component of digital communication are most significant? With the objective of first, analyze impact of digital communication on leadership. Two is assess mediation by communication competency. And last is identify key communication component. So for the methodology that I use, the study adopts a descriptive quantitative approach combined with an applied case study designed to address practical leadership challenge using real-world data from SMEs. The quantitative method allows for objective measurement and statistical testing of the relationship between digital communication, communication competency, and leadership effectiveness. Compared to previous studies, which are largely conceptual or qualitative in nature, this research provides a more rigorous empirical analysis by applying measurement, instrument, and structural modeling techniques such as SEM to validate the hypothesis. This is output that we aims. So first is validated statistically model showing the relationship between X, M, and Y. And X become digital business communication, M with communication competency of leader, and Y is the leadership effectiveness. The second output is practical guide for SME leader to enhance leadership effectiveness using digital business communication strategies. And the last is identification of the most influential communication behavior in digital environment. This is the strength comparison with the previous research with mine. The study introduced communication competency as mediating variable, offering a deeper explanation of how and why digital communication influence leadership effectiveness. Unlike previous research that treats communication tools or leadership as isolated factors, or like I mentioned before, it separately never combined, this study offers a comprehensive integrative framework. And the last strength that we have is practical and business focused recommendation tailored for SMEs, helping them optimize their use of digital tools and enhance leader employee communication effectiveness in measurable evidence based way. So the question is why I use quantitative for this research. Using a quantitative approach allow to statically test hypotheses and objectively measure the relationship between variables. This method is particularly suitable for broader generalization across a large population of SMEs. In contrast to previous studies that predominantly focus on qualitative methods or analyze isolated factors, this research adapts a comprehensive data-driven framework to explore how digital communication and leadership are interconnected. Another question is method why I use cross-sectional non-experiential survey design for the methodology. So the cross-sectional and non-experimental survey design to examine the relationship among digital communication competency, and leadership effectiveness in SMEs. This method enables the researcher to collect data efficiently at a single point in time and to simultaneously measure multiple variables across a targeted population. The use of quantitative approach allow for robust statistical analysis, including regression and mediation testing using tools like Smart PLS. This technique have determined the strength and nature of relationship between variable in replicable data-driven manner. With the comparison with prior studies often relied on qualitative interview or focuses on indirect metric such as digital engagement or interest level. This research distinguished itself by applying structure Likert scale instrument, thus providing valid, objective, and statically testable insight into SME leadership performance in the digital era. Next, this is my research flow. Let me explain it step by step. So, the first step is problem identification with low digital leadership effectiveness. The second is the second step is literature review. Will contextual framework with the relationship between X, M, and Y. And third step is sampling. Purposive SME leader who use digital tools. Uh, Fourth step instrument. Validate Likert scale questionnaire, like I mentioned before. The fifth, data collection using Google Form from March to June that I'm targeted to. Six is analysis descriptive stats regression mediation using Smart PLS. And last step is output practical recommendation plus model insight. This step-by-step flow ensure clarity, research integrity. It starts from a practical business problem and ends with recommendation that leaders can actually use. So for the data validation and tools, we use instrument Likert scale questionnaire, validation pilot test with 30 SMEs leader that are targeted, reliability using Crunchbase Alpha, validity, convergent and segment test, tools, SPSS for regression, Smart PLS for mediation. This method ensures that my instrument is not only consistent but also accurate. Tools like SPSS and Smart PLS will be used to test relationship and mediating effects within the model. So we can come out with the impact that I can give with my research. The business impact first is empower SME leader with insight to select and apply effective digital communication tools. The second one is enhance internal leadership performance through stronger communication practice, support, and last is support long-term digital transformation strategies tailored to SME cooperation needs. With the social impact, the first is contributes to the development of digital literacy and leadership capacity in emerging economics, especially in Indonesia. Second is encourage inclusive digital adaptation across diverse business sector. And last is build resilience in SMEs to operate more effectively in hybrid or digital first environment. Compared to previous research, the business and the social impact, most prior studies emphasize general technology adoption or customer engagement. This research uniquely focuses on internal communication and leadership dynamic. It provides measurable outcome and actionable guidance for SMEs rather than descriptive trends alone. For the conclusion of my research, this study offers a comprehensive understanding of how digital business communication influence leadership effectiveness is as in SMEs, with communication competency acting as a critical mediator by employing a quantitative, statistically validated approach. The research deliver actionable insight for both academic and practical application. The findings are expected to guide SME leader in leveraging digital communication tools more strategically to strengthen leadership performance. Compared to earlier study or previous study, this research goes beyond surface level analysis and provides a data-backed framework that can support digital transformation effort, foster innovation, and enhance organizational agility and today competitive digital landscape. Maybe that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much for the attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.